assessment of the match?
Thought we played well. Thought we played to win. We were aggressive. I was really pleased on the defensive side that we were able to manage them on the counter. You know, you could say this is an easy game to defend in, and I think it's a really hard game to defend in, because sometimes when you have the ball and you're up the field, you're most vulnerable. And Vancouver has played this exact same way on the road and gotten results by opening teams up on the counter. And we knew that was going to be crucial, and I thought our discipline in the back was outstanding. We didn't give them over 90 plus minutes, very many looks on goal, and especially in the transition, I thought we were balanced and, like I said, really disciplined. I'm really pleased on that side of things. Same thing on set pieces. We knew that was going to be important part of this game. Those were the two things we felt they'd look to do, and I thought we defended those areas, those moments very well. We also knew that we would have to have some quality in the final third to break down their numbers. They're organized, very good at cutting out crosses. You know, they're a tough team to break down. And I thought possession-wise, build-up-wise, we were very good. I thought we created enough to score. You're not going to create a ton when a team sits like they did, but we created enough to score. Obviously the PK, obviously a few other moments. Maxi's header, I think Valeri had one. There are a few other looks where we were in position to score. We probably could have created more. I thought our final ball at times could have been better. Crosses, our ability to, you know, push guys through, spring guys in. You know, so we created enough to score, but we can't be satisfied over 90 minutes not finding a goal. So that's my assessment.
What's your assessment of Valeri's return and how far along?
Couldn't come at a better time. You know, we're struggling to score goals. And like I said, it's not for lack of the ball and having it. Sometimes you got to look at organization. It's not for lack of, you know, being in position. It's not for lack of anything other than just, like I said, in the moment, being ruthless, being clinical, being clever. You know, at halftime, I said to the guys that you're going to score a goal in one of four ways. You know, you're going to score off a long build-up, you know, which rarely happens, which Vancouver plays those odds. They'll let you have the ball a bit, but you're going to score in a long build-up sequence. Maybe it's a switch of play, maybe it's a combination, you know, into you know, the 9 off the 10, spring a guy. I mean, you work on these things every week. You know, 2v1 with the outside backs getting in and getting across in. Or you're going to score on a set piece, which we had a lot of set pieces. Or you're going to score on a counter, so when they do have the ball, which they didn't have it much, they were smart with managing the game and not getting their lines up. But I felt that if they did, we could open them up on a counter. You know, or we were going to score off a, you know, a cross, and we didn't find a goal in any of those moments. So for me, in looking at, you know, like I said, the game, we have to be, we can't be satisfied not finding a goal in the 90 minutes. And we've shown over the 9 games playing, I think it's the top 4 teams in the West, in Vancouver twice, so that's 5 of the games. And if you look at the total table, I think it's the top 4 out of the 7. So 4 out of the top 7 teams in the total table we've played in the first 9 games. And in none of the games have we been overmatched. We've been in every game. You know, our spirit's been good, our chemistry's been good, our mentality's been good. You know, we've defended overall really well, but where we've fallen short is finding goals consistently. So back to your original question and my long answer, it's nice to have Valeri back, because if you look at his production for us, he's been, he's, you know, had the lion's share of our production over the last several years. So that's probably a big reason why we haven't scored. How would Seattle play if Dempsey's out? How would, you know, well, LA's managing a little bit with Robbie Keane, but you look at every week, it's kind of interesting. I look at the score of a game and then I look at the box score, and a lot of times I don't even need to look at the box score because I know who's going to be on it a lot of weeks with certain teams. So, you know, you're going to start to see Valeri on that box score, and hopefully some of the others if they step up. You know, I was proud of Darlington stepping up and taking the penalty. He knows he has to make it, but I've known the kid since he was 14 years old, and he never wants to take penalty kicks, ever. So while it was disappointing that he missed the penalty kick, he took responsibility to step up and take it, and that's a good sign, because we're going to need him to continue to take responsibility to score goals, and he knows that if he's going to take it, he needs to make it. But I think that's a really good sign, because he's going to be another guy that has to chip in more for us.
How do you go about? Is that something that's determined by the players on the field?
Oh, it's a little of both. I mean, we kind of know who will step up, but you know, you want guys that want the shot. You know, so you know, if I feel like I need to say to a guy to take it, then I will. Frankly, I thought Jack would step up and take it, but I think Darlington wanted it. So the last thing you want to do is just stop a guy from taking a penalty if you want it.
How do you go about when you've got sort of a contagious case of finishing yips? How do you go about training that out of your team?
We just train it, repetition, and we did a lot last week with getting around goal every day. Some in big groups. You know, we're working on attacking movement and some of it unopposed. So you kind of gain that, automatic, you know, where you're confident. And then you have to add on opposition as well, so there's a little bit of a balance there in how you train it. We've never had trouble scoring goals. Even last year we started a little slow, but obviously the first 2 years we were top 3, that I've been here, top 3 in the league in goals scored, and we've done it by committee. You know, so I'm confident it'll come, and like I said, I mean, if you look at the 4-2-3-1 system, 4-3-3, you play that system because you got a 10 that chips in assists and goals, and that's, we've kind of built this system around Valeri, and we've gotten production from, at times, the wingers, and you know, the strikers have been, you know, it's been a couple guys, like we played Maxi and Adi last year, and the D-mids every once in a while, and the center backs on set pieces here and there, you know, and so we've done it bit by committee. But if you don't have a guy like Valeri, you're going to sputter a little bit more.
Can you talk about going Maxine versus Adi at the starting instead of being?
Just trying to find a hot hand, you know, find a hot hand. You know, they're both pretty similar in terms of, you know, in terms of what they bring. I mean, last year, same thing, right? I want a guy to get hot. I want to stick with a guy. And the other thing is tactical. They're different in their tendencies. And, you know, we knew Vancouver were gonna play a physical game, and we knew Waston and Codd liked that game. And, you know, they're up for that game. They want to play that game. They want to bang. And, you know, you saw that even Waston came to life even more when Adi went in the game. He loves that. So we felt to play a little bit more technical and tactical group to try to use movement and pressing at times. You know, that was the other one I missed. I said crosses was off of pressure, because you can create chances off of your pressure as well. You know, so we felt with Maxi we could turn Con Waston over a little bit, maybe create off that, use Maxi's movement, you know, to bring Darlington in the game and create combinations, but also he seems to lengthen the field a bit more. And you know, it's not that one's better than the other; they're different. But I am looking for a hot hand, you know, and just like if the defenders make a mistake, that's part of their job, is to stop goals. The strikers have to score goals. They know that. You know, I don't call my players out in press conferences, but they know, the attackers know that they have to, over 90 minutes, They had to find a goal. We're at home. We have the ball 65% of the time. You know, it's hard. The toughest thing in the game to do is find a goal when a team sits back and is organized. And like I said, they've smashed and grabbed results on the road this year. I think it's 3 times. Is it 2 or 3? 3 times. So like I said, the positive is we didn't give up the goal. And it's not easy because when a team plays like that, sometimes you get impatient and you lose your discipline, and that's what they're waiting for. But somehow we got to find a goal. Whether it's individual quality or collective quality, we got to find a goal.
Thanks, everyone. Locker room's open.
Thank you.